one more time!
Hi guys, Robe Mario here, and we are so close to Prime 4. I haven't felt this way about a video game since Spider-Man 2, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. But really, we haven't felt this way since Dread. Prime Remastered dropping the same day that it was announced ruined any feeling of suspense and hype for that game. Not that it's entirely a bad thing, certainly not, but there was no anticipation phase for that game or anything like that. Anyways, being that Prime 4 should be the day after this video goes live, if everything goes well, I wanted to talk about it once again, and give my thoughts about everything that we've seen about the trailers, and a tiny bit more due to a certain amount of outrage that I've seen. The first thing I wanted to talk about, gush about, is the grapple beam. Oh my god. If you've seen my last video, you know I talked about the Sonic whip idea, the last wishlist video, and it seems they actually fucking went with it. I take full credit for being in the September trailer, by the way. They catered to me specifically as a Metroid fan. I do not care what anyone else says. It being in the trailer, they cater to me. I take responsibility. It's my fault. Anyways, if you see my reaction to the overview trailer,
harnessing these abilities, you can access new areas.
Dude!
Explorable world preference and playstyle.
Dude!
Can be played.
You know I'm insanely excited for how they're doing it in this game. Looking over the series, it's really nice seeing the grapple beam come so far, especially, you know, how it's looked in Prime 3, Samus Returns, and Metroid Dread, as it's always been one of my favorite upgrades. I love the grapple beam since it was introduced in Super Metroid, one of my favorite upgrades. I love many of the upgrades in Metroid, but none of them really make me as happy as the grapple beam. Prime 3 is my personal favorite of all of them, especially swinging around in Elysia, I don't know how to pronounce that, but it was amazing being able to swing between different parts of the Sky City, or Sky Town to be exact. Anyways, as you heard me harmonizing with the music, I'm really excited to use the grapple wand on Morph, especially since the Morph ball seems to have its signature traits as well. We saw the boost ball in the trailer officially, but during the grapple beam clip, it also seems like there's spider ball tracks, so maybe we'll see that return as well. It also seems like there's spider ball tracks somewhere else around in the other trailers, so maybe there's more spider ball around. Who knows? But there is a boost ball track as well, so we at least see the boost ball. In terms of other upgrades, she can jump! In all seriousness, I believe it was shown to showcase the animation of her falling and like the snow falling, but perhaps it's also part of the in-joke of why can't Metroid crawl? Because Metroid can jump! We also see a new alternate ammo beam, specifically what I believe to be the shock shot from Federation Force. This would make sense since it's the GF tech or the Galactic Federation tech being integrated into Samus' suit, and also we haven't seen it in a mainline game yet. Samus also gets a fire beam prior to seeing the shock shot, which is likely to be the flame shot, and we see the ice shot in the HUD or an ice weapon in the HUD. It could be something else, but I would argue that it's the most likely thing to be the shock, flame, and ice shot, or whatever the ice shot is called. I haven't played Federation Force. And it's nice to see the OG weaponry types, or the, you know, fire, ice, and electric, return from Prime 1. I do hope that we see some sort of charge beam combo, a la the flamethrower and the wave buster return from Prime 1, but I don't know if that will happen. If it does, maybe they can give us the Magma Adjudicator and Shock Coil, or the Volt Driver. I didn't forget, but I just assume they'll give us Sylux's weapon, as I said in the wishlist video, instead of Candon's. I think that would be very cool. We also see the control beam in better action, which is pretty cool. It seems to use a resource, which will make sure you can't abuse it, but I'm curious on how you regenerate it. The trailers didn't really give an explanation on how you regenerate that psychic resource. It may work how you can regenerate missiles and stuff and energy, but we'll see. The Psychic Glove also seems to add a Psychic Visor, but I'm not sure how that works still. It's still kind of muggy having not played it yet, and I don't want to speculate too much on it yet because I just want to experience it for myself whenever the game comes out. Nor do I want to speculate on a few other things. I want to keep this video positive because, you know, I'm very hype. Again, the game should come out the next day after this video comes out, and, you know, I'm going to be playing it the midnight when it comes out, but I do want to talk about some negatives that I'm worried about. I'm worried about Viola. No command visor already turned me off a little bit, I know it's a Prime 3 thing, and I get people didn't like the command visor. Editor's note, I'm making a massive assumption here that people didn't like the command visor. I actually have no idea. As far as I'm aware, I don't think people like the command visor. Well, that's an assumption, I don't know. But I like the command visor, and Soul Valley looks like it could be boring. It could be a boring open world. I don't know. It may not be, it may be, I'm not sure. The green crystals didn't make much sense when they showed it in the trailer. Kronos Tower looks like a cool landmark, but I'm not sure how it will be. I'm not gonna say anything too much because I'm not sure. It's just, I'm not holding my breath if Viola turns out to be bad. Something that I'm not as negative about, especially since I enjoy Other M a lot, but people are negative about, is the GF Troopers. Specifically, Miles McKenzie. Oh my god, do people hate Miles McKenzie, which is the yellow one. What happened? I don't understand why people want to kill this guy so much. Like, oh, what the fuck happened, bro? I don't understand. I bet you miss Anthony now, don't you? I want to talk to the robot guy more specific, like in my personal opinion. I want to talk to him. He looks cool. I don't know if people hate this part or not, but Viola having skins isn't the worst idea. If it's only specifically locked to amiibo, I think it's dumb. But if you can get some in game, I think it would be cool. But that's pretty much all the negative stuff, or what people might find negative stuff. Now let's get crazy. The overview trailer started with new music, so you already know I'm going to be talking about new music. I assume we'll see a new Sylux remix, or a Sylux remix of some sort from his Hunter's theme. It would just make the most sense. And also, maybe we saw it in this tweet. And I also think that we may see a Magmar Caverns remix somehow. Or Ridley, or Lower Norfair, however you want to say it. I am still holding out hope for Green Brinstar, but damn it, do I want Lower Brinstar now. I think if we see the Chozo at some point, I think it should be a Lower Brinstar remix, because it's basically become their theme after it usurped it in Metroid Dread. I hope in the future games, especially after post-Dread, it becomes their main theme, because it would just make a lot more sense that it would be their main theme. Quiet Robe's music, while he was explaining being Lower Brinstar, was probably my favorite scene in Dread. I guess maybe outside of the final scene with Ravenbeak when she goes full Metroid. Maybe? I don't know. Regardless, still an insane scene, and it's definitely, like, it was all good. Speaking of Sylux, was that fucking canon, by the way? If we actually see the rest of the Hunters show back up, and it's just a Hunters continuation, a Federation Force continuation, this could be insane. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I don't think it's canon. I legitimately don't think it is. But it could be. And if it is him, you better believe I expect to see the rest of them. Or at least some mention of them. Maybe Sylux killed them all or something. I just want to see at least their references to them or something. Like, just give me something. I just want to see fun. That's all I want to see. Now, I said let's get crazy. We could see playable Sylux. It's not as if it hasn't been done before. And due to the psychic aberrations that Samus is doing, and, you know, how she's, you know, seen inside of his mind or something like that, we could see a playable Sylux at some point due to, you know, some Spider-Man 2 or Jedi Survivor shit. It won't happen. It won't happen. But if it did happen, you know, he could get the other weapons that Samus doesn't have, especially if they give him the beam or give her the beam combos like the Mag Ball and Defugitor, and then they give him the Shock Coil and the Imperialist, you know. If it obviously it won't happen, and I won't dock points for it, but if it does happen, I will be hitting the absolute cinema pose. Now back to more reality things. Something that will probably also not happen, but I do kind of expect to happen, if Sylux gets redemption, because I do think that the last scene that we see, I think there will be some sort of redemption due to the cutscene that way it is in the trailer. I think that we'll see Ridley show up at some point, or something similar to that. Something will happen that will be equally crazy, because I expect redemption to be met with death due to who Sylux is and what will happen. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll end perfectly fine. Who knows? But I don't expect a redemption arc to be played out completely fine. Maybe Dark Samus will show back up. Who knows? Something will happen. I'm sure of it. I just don't believe that it will just be like, oh yeah, this guy's redeemed, and we all go hunky dory back to Vuros, and then, or not Vuros, Tanamar, and then we're all cool. I do like making a video like this at this point in time, though, because I could just be proven completely wrong tomorrow. Who knows? That's pretty much it for this video, though. And it's a kind of a short video, especially in comparison to my last one. I just wanted to talk about Metroid more, especially, you know, it coming out so soon. In terms of other videos, Mega Dimension will most likely be my next one, because I have all the stuff recorded for that one. I just need to maybe do a few edits on that one. Spider-Man will come out soon. I need to edit most of it. I lost 3 hours of footage, and I may have to record some bits for edits, but other than that, I'm almost done, and I'll finish it probably within the next few weeks after Prime 4. BO6 got pushed back. I said that somewhere, so I'll get that at some point, like Liberty Falls, all those maps, I'll get that at some point. And speaking of the game that's in the background, I'll do a Hollow Knight review at some point. So that's why I have footage of Hollow Knight to begin with. I didn't record it for this, I just happened to use it for this. I just want to get better at my craft of making reviews, so I think making one on Hollow Knight, a game that I really love compared to Black Ops 6, but it had some more negatives on, well, I won't say that. It's more that I like Hollow Knight a lot more and I can talk about it a lot more compared to Black Ops 6, so I would be able to work on it a lot better because there's so much about Hollow Knight that I want to talk about, and I can break it down into a lot different parts compared, like I can break it down to the Forgotten Crossroads, the Green Path, and then keep going from there, break it down into how the game flows. Anyways, with all that out of the way, I'm gonna go enjoy Prime 4 the day after this video comes out, hopefully. Probably within 12 hours of this video coming out. Maybe not, I don't know. I don't know this video comes out. It'll probably come out at 12, so probably 12 hours from this video coming out. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.